Party, 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 nobody, nobody, save your house. Shalom, I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Also a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect, laboring in sincerity, truth and sound doctrine. And I'm going to change gears a little bit on a video dealing with a prophetic dream I had. And it was inspired because it happened about 3 weeks ago. And I just so happened to, I was talking to Apostle Gabar and the other, I think it was Apostle Ramlov and the other elder there. And I was kind of inspired to do the video. Other than that, I talked to the brother in DC because it had pertained to deal with one of the brothers in DC. And I'm going to try to make it quick, but I'm going to try to hit all the points and what I remember. Some things I may not remember until the video is finished. I don't know. It's all the Lord's will. Now, the first thing I remember, the dream is, or the vision, what I had, it was real. Okay, it's something I never experienced before. Okay, I can even feel my eyes kind of blinking, so to speak. It was spiritual, but it was crazy. I never experienced nothing like that. You have regular dreams, but this was something definitely different. It was real. Okay, and what I noticed is one of the brothers, and I'll try to hit a scripture here or there with it. What I noticed is one of the brothers in the DC camp, he was being restrained, and they had what you call makeshift concentration camps, like out of houses. They had some in schools, they had houses in particular buildings, but this one we was particularly in a house, and he was trying to get away, so I kind of got I got away. I don't even know if I was just actually there in the vision watching him or I got away. Also, a part of the vision is things was being revealed to me that I didn't even see in the vision, as crazy as it sounds. And I noticed that when I got away, or when I looked and I was about, nobody could see me, but I saw everybody else. And it was nothing but pure chaos and panic. Police were shooting at each other. I guess the way I took it is the police was siding with the people and the other police was siding for the system. I mean, I'd imagine that's the way it went. And I'll try to keep it short. And you had nothing but chaos. Everybody's fighting, running, looting, stealing. Okay, all trash everywhere. Police doors left open, police cars open doors and nobody's in them. Something out of a movie, apocalyptic movie. It was the realest thing that I seen. And businesses was closed. It was just the craziest thing, man. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chaste roe, which when I looked up chaste roe, it means basically away from his glory, so to speak. The system just totally turned upside down, okay, and chaos and panic. And it shall be as a chaste roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. And the only Edomites, so-called, because you have tares and you have confusion of faces, the only Israelites, the only ones that I really actually saw was Jake, the ones with the so-called, black skin, brown skin, what do you want to call it? They just look like pure Jake, although we know tares amongst them. And I saw Edomite cops just, riding everywhere. It was just crazy, man.
I want you.
And then to get to the point that I really wanted to get to in this video, is the missiles. Okay, now as I said before, you have those concentration camps. That's not just going to be in schools, but I believe it's going to be in houses, made up houses, and office buildings or whatever. I don't think it's just going to be one big concentration camp, which it will be, but they're going to have. And then the thing about it, the ones who was running the concentration camp was Jake. There was no Edomites running that. that's a lot of sellouts, man. Okay, and then I noticed that you could see for some reason it was a big crash. And everybody stared, and you could see missiles coming out of the gas stations, believe it or not. And it's funny because the gas is where the fuel in it, so-called energy, is that runs America. And I could see this big missile coming out of the ground and it said USA on it, and it went up into the heavens. And then, as we thought it was going, and you could see them coming out of all the gas stations, and as it going up to the heavens, it turned around and came back down on the earth. And that was the craziest thing. And I heard all these screams, and it sounded like nothing but women. Now, the scripture says, as the brother, as I told him, when the scripture says, I said, man, it was nothing but a bunch of nigger women. It was just a bunch of women screaming and hollering. And the brother said, well, wait a minute. It was the brother Pashad, D.C. Brother said, well, wait a minute. Remember, the scripture said the men shall become as women. Because I did see men, but the screams sound like nothing but women. A sound that I've never heard before. I mean, it was unbelievable sound that I heard, man. You could hear it on TV, you could hear the apostle speak it, a brother speak it, but until you visualize it and really feel it, that's something unbelievable, man. This is Isaiah 34:4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And that's what I saw as well. When that missile came down and exploded, you could see the wall of fire. Okay, it doesn't even explode when it hits the earth. It detonates in the air, then it comes down and it explodes, and that's when you get your wall of fire, and then you get your mushroom where the fire comes up. You leave the crater and it comes up, and that's when you get your scroll. Okay, that's why your nuclear missiles fire looks like it's a scroll. And I can't remember everything. There was a whole lot to it, but I know when I was remembering back to the brother in the DC camp, a voice came to me and said he got away, because I was trying to get back to him to get him out of that camp. And the voice said he got away. Don't worry, he's okay. And that's all I pretty much remember. There's more to this vision. I'm just trying to, as I go along, remember what I've seen and what I've felt. But I know it was the unusual kind of feeling. It's something that you can't even write in a book or even put on a movie, and until you experience something like that. It was almost like I experienced it. And to see, and everybody was amazed and astonished of how that missile turned around. Actually, when it came out of the ground, everybody was just super amazed at seeing something like that. And it was like, if I could remember vaguely, people was kind of fainting. I remember the women mainly looking up at something like that. All the shouting and the screaming. When that missile left and come up out of the silo up into the ground, there was utter complete silence for maybe 5 seconds, because everybody was so shocked at what they saw. But then as the missile went up and started turning around, that's when you heard all the screams. And after the explosion, it was like I was in there, but I wasn't. I was just watching. And then I woke up, sweating, and it was like the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. But anyway, that was just pretty much what I saw and what I witnessed. But I'll read the scripture again, Isaiah 34:4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, okay, as a leaf falling from the vine, and as falling from the fig from the fig tree. So what I got out of it also is America's going to try to get off its missiles, but they're going to reject. Or it could have just been the fact that the missiles going to come and get America. I'm not sure. But who knows? I just know it's spiritual, and I believe that, wholeheartedly, we already believe it anyway. But this, without a shadow of a doubt, man, proves that America is going to be destroyed, man. And if you're not right with the Heavenly Father, man, you're going to get destroyed too. Because outside of those concentration camps, there was a lot of people still left. It wasn't like the concentration camps just killed all the Jake. Nah, man, there was a lot of people, millions of people witnessing them missiles, man. You know. So anyway, that's all I have on that, man. Hope your brothers edified and inspired and to build you in the faith. Okay, that's my take on that. Shalom.
This is Dabu7 with an earthquake update. A look at the United States primarily here in this video. A quick look here at South America. You can see it's absolutely quiet. Everything along the ridge line, all the way up through Chile, Peru. These are areas I watch because when they get silent for some time, they could generate a big quake, and then they can swarm afterwards. The same with this pinch point area here from Guatemala all the way up into Mexico. We've seen how this plate likes to dive under the other one, and it can cause a lot of tension in this region. Now, we see some decent, normal-sized swarming going on here in the island regions. This is something that I would say is normal, this range 2 to 3. Now, when this dies down, we tend to see odd quakes where they hit along the ridgeline, where they can hit inside the Caribbean or even inside the Gulf here. And that's kind of when I go into heightened alert mode to watch out for quakes along the East Coast or any other odd area up here. Colombia, Venezuela, because it seems like when these areas go quiet, that's when the quakes pop off in other regions. But as you can see here, it looks like we've got quite a bit of activity in California. Nothing off the coastline. Things have been fairly quiet since this big one popped up on the maps here a couple weeks ago. A week or so ago. It's continued to swarm, though, has been the thing. I've noticed this has not stopped. It has been ongoing, very persistent, and popping off with quake activity. The Juan de Fuca and everything else out here off the coastline has been extremely quiet. All these regions off the coastline, extremely quiet. Majority of the quakes that we're seeing in the United States are on mainland. Now, in terms of the New Madrid, an area that is long overdue, we have been seeing an uptick in quake activity from this region. Nothing, off the charts, no huge quakes or anything like that, but there has been an uptick in small quake activity all across Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, and they like to hit right there at the heart of the New Madrid. So there should be no question as to where the heart of this is. It is right there where these small ones keep hitting. That's where it will come unzipped, and that is where the town of New Madrid sits. As you can see here, California, the southern flanks, seeing some 3 to 4 range magnitude quakes. And here recently, here within the past couple hours, they had witnessed around a magnitude 3 here around Hollister. So we've got those mid-level quakes around a 3 magnitude striking on the southern flanks and in the middle of Cali here. Now, the other day, we were witnessing a line going straight up toward Wyoming, right up toward Yellowstone, cutting through Utah, Nevada, and right into California. But nothing tremendous going on right now. And as you can see, the quake activity around Yellowstone has gone quiet. The closest that we have is here in Lincoln, Montana. And the normal fracking quakes is what I call them, out of Oklahoma. And yeah, it's not normal, but I mean with the fracking, that's what is inducing a lot of these quakes in that region. But a quick earthquake update here globally. For the most part, things pretty quiet. No major quakes. We'll have to keep an eye on incoming solar wind and things like that too. That can affect the earth and some of the quake activity. If we see any other major quake activity, I will update. Gonna leave a link below. This has been Dabu7 with an earthquake update. Much love, y'all.
Okay, y'all, I got a box today that came today. This is some of the, this is the food that Trump is gonna deliver to us, y'all. Look at this here. Okay? This is the food box that, and it's gonna come in this big styrofoam box, y'all. Look at this shit. Trump is not lying. He ain't playing. But look at this shit here, y'all. Look at the food, though. I want to say, Trump, fuck you, and I'm not eating your food. Look at this mess. Look at that. I don't know what that is. 20 of these here came in a box. This supposed to be chicken and cheese corn. This is the damn, look at that. So we supposed to eat this, y'all. Y'all see this shit? Look at this. Check this out, y'all. Look at our biscuit. Look at our biscuit. We got, Trump gave us some goddamn fucking, what's that supposed to be? Barbecue, pork, rib, and these is the biscuits. Hey, y'all, check the biscuits out. Look at the biscuits. See the biscuits? So, oh, yeah. Let me see that. That's our soup we gotta eat. Let me show you. Let me see the soup, Mom. That's supposed to be soup. This is the soup, y'all. Mom, hold it right. This is the soup, y'all. That we supposed to eat. And two of those is in the box, too. Trump got us fucked up, y'all. I can't believe this shit, so he gonna take our shit away, give us some more dried ass biscuits. Look at this goddamn biscuit, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. Look at that. So this is what he gonna replace our food stamps with. Okay? But I don't get those motherfuckers no way, so fuck you, Trump. I don't get no fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing me no goddamn favor. You could have kept all this shit in this box. Y'all ain't lying. And our food gonna come from UPS. We gonna get our shit delivered in the mail. Look at that biscuit. Hey, can somebody call Trump and tell him that? Ask him why the fuck our biscuit's so goddamn hard. Look at this shit. Ain't nobody we gonna be there. Ethiopian now. People gonna be Ethiopian. Cause this shit finna get real, y'all.
Alright, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Shalom to the house of David, which are the elect. Double honors to venerable elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the brothers pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So basically we're looking into prophecies that are being unveiled. Okay, one of the biggest companies in America, you know, which helps keep this economy floating, is we know as Toys R Us, and right now they're in the crosshairs, or you know, they're basically in a tough situation right now, and it's been like this for quite some time. I'll say about 2-3 years now, where, you know, you used to hear about Toys R Us during Christmas time and shit like that. You know, now it's like you barely hear about them, and anytime you hear about them is about, oh, they're filing for bankruptcy, or, you know, they're not making as many sales and stuff like that. And it's not just them, it's a lot of stores. You know, you have a lot of stores closing down. You know, over the past 2-3 years, you know, it's been downhill. Okay, and that is just, it goes to show you just how bad you know, the economy is. Okay, and it's not getting better. You know, you have a lot of, even during Obama's time, you have a lot of you know, speeches and news articles and reporting about how the economy is doing just fine and people don't have to worry about this and all kinds of madness going on. But then you really take a look at what's really going on, and the trend is just like, you know, it's like there's no hope. Okay, the stock market keeps fluctuating, but it's not in a good way. And I say fluctuate because that's natural for the stock market to go up and down, up and down. It can't always go up or always go down. But over the past, you know, 2-3 months, I would say, you've seen a very quick and drastic change, where it's always dropping. You know, Dow Jones and all these other, you know, stock exchanges, they're all dropping, man. You know, and that's an omen, because guess what? That's what's happening to America. America is going down. Okay, America is going down with all its, you know, big banks and all this crazy shit. Look, they're all going down. All right. It says, so we're gonna bring out this article real quick. It says, toy makers tumble as Toys R Us prepares to liquidate. Now, to liquidate simply means to close down or to shut down. Because you think about liquid, when you have ice, you know, everything is good. But when the ice becomes liquid, it becomes water, and it gets wiped away. Okay, it flows away. All right, just like a river, when it's ice, it stays in one place, but when it becomes liquid, it flows away. Okay, so Toys R Us is about to get flown away. They're about to liquidate, meaning they're about to wind down and shut down and close down. All right, and that's a symbol for America. Okay, the economy is about to collapse. Beautiful. So this is by Reuters. It says shares of Mattel Inc. or Incorporation and Hasbro Incorporation, the two largest U.S. toy makers, tumbled on Friday after reports that key customer Toys R Us Incorporation is preparing for potential liquidation 6 months after filing for bankruptcy. Okay, so that goes, oh, there's a picture here, but it's not coming up. That goes to show you that, look, it's not getting better. 6 months ago, they filed for bankruptcy. You know, 6 months later, they're like, listen, this is not working out. We're gonna have to shut down. We might have to close down a lot more stores than we initially did. Okay, so that goes to show you that 6 months ago till 6 months now, 6 months later, there's no change, but the change for the worse. Okay, and it's happening so quick. Like 6 months, think about it, 6 months has gone by so fast, it feels like 6 days, man. You know, so the Most High is speeding up the days so fast that it's like, yo, what the, you know. Alright, let's keep on going. It says Mattel's shares fell 6% to $14.96, while those of Hasbro dipped nearly 3% to $90.75 in early trading. Jack Pacific Incorporation was down 1% to $2.33. Okay, so the toy retailer will liquidate its operations if its negotiations with creditors do not result in a deal that can help the company to emerge from bankruptcy, Reuters reported on Thursday, citing a source familiar with the matter. And there's a quote. It says, the worst case scenario, it says worst worst case scenario is that about 10% of the sales of each of the toy companies goes away in 2018, with an associated roughly 10% hit to earnings, D.A. Davidson and analyst Linda Weiser said. It says talks with creditors are continuing and no decision has yet been taken. The company is also considering other options, including a potential sale in bankruptcy if possible, the source told Reuters. And listen, man, it doesn't matter if you sell it or not. Just shut it down, because you might as well just do it now, because you're losing money. You know, the economy's going down. There's no coming back. All right, it's not gonna get better. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of first-time evers very soon. You're gonna be hearing a lot of that. So for those who don't believe in this thing that we're talking about, you're gonna be hearing and seeing a lot of first-time evers, and it's not gonna be first-time ever being good. It's gonna be first-time ever being worst. Okay, this is the worst it's ever been. This is the first time ever America has suffered this type of depression. Okay, you think the Great Depression back in the days was crazy? Think about it now. This is like never before. The time's like never before. Okay, because this is not a joke, man. Most High is serious. The judgment is coming. Okay, the Grim Reaper. All right, it says the retailer said in January it would shut about a fifth of its U.S. stores as it tries to emerge from one of the largest ever bankruptcies by a specialty retail. One of the largest ever bankruptcies. Okay, soon you're gonna be, like I said, you're gonna be hearing a lot of that. This is the worst it's ever been. Okay, people gonna lose their shit, man. Oh, we can't wait. All right, it says Mattel's fundamentals are and balance sheet are more vulnerable to a liquidation than Hasbro, said Barclays analysts who downgraded Mattel stock to underweight. Okay, so that's basically it. But I'm gonna get a quick precept, and close it out. Let me just bring it back to the title. Okay. All right. This is a book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out of the window be darkened." Now the key part is, says the grinders cease because they're few. Isn't that what's going on with Toys R Us right now? They're filing for bankruptcy. They're shutting down a fifth of their stores. Okay, and soon they're just gonna go out of business. They're gonna liquidate because they're not gonna come to a conclusion. They're not gonna come to a solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we filed for bankruptcy and then we got bought out, so now we're good. Listen, there's no buying out. You're not buying out of this deal. You're done. Okay, you're going down. It's over. America's going down, and we can't wait for that. All right. The economy, listen, the economy is on its last, it's already done. Okay, we're just waiting for them to officially come out and say, look, we're sorry, you guys are dead. That's it. All right. So, once again, I hope this was edifying, because these are the times that we're coming in, man. As a matter of fact, these are the times that we're in. Okay, and it's only going to intensify. Toys R Us. You got all these children out here and no kids is asking for toys. They're not interested in toys. Parents don't even got the bread to go buy them toys. They're talking about, listen, worry about the next meal and stop worrying about the next toy. You got that? So that's the times that we're in, man. And like I said, it's only going to intensify and get worse. Okay, for you Americans out here. And then for the whole entire world. Okay? So once again, I'd like to say, call Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hope this was edifying to the elect. Shalom.
All right, shalom. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahawrakah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and honors to all you fellow laborers enduring afflictions, bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahawrakah Kodash, Barakathum. Okay, so this lesson is going to be on the destruction of America by way of Russia, and there's a lot more articles coming out, and I got this video as well, so I'm gonna just play this, read the article, hit some precepts, and Lord's will is edifying. Yeah, and why are they in East Germany? Because they're encroaching upon Russia's border. All right. And what did they saying? U.S. outgunned and outmatched by Russia in Europe, claims top general seeking budget increase. Yeah, so those 37,000 over there, that's not enough for them, man. Because you go back into the Soviet Union, what did they have? You had West Germany and then you had East Germany. That's why it was a big thing when some of us who were a little older, it was a big thing when the wall went down. I remember I was a little kid. It was like 91, 92, and they showed all of them Edomites over there breaking the wall down, because Germany was divided into East and West, with the eastern half falling under Soviet influence, man, because that's closer to Russia's border. So that's why Russia's anteing up right now in terms of their nuclear capability. Like I believe it was last week or the week before, Trump announced that they got new missiles, and he was bold and confident and cocky in saying it, that like, look, ain't no missile defense going to defeat this, man. Why? Because they've been dealing with this encroachment from the U.S.-led NATO forces for a while now. Okay, so U.S. troops in the Baltic countries would be outranged, outgunned, and outmatched by Russians in case of a conflict, the head of the U.S. European Command told lawmakers seeking to secure funds in the face of a Moscow threat. If you look at it in a concentrated way on the border of Eastern Europe and only on the ground force, I would agree with that statement, General Curtis Scaparrotti told Senator James Inhofe at a Senate Armed Services Committee hearing on Thursday. Inhofe was referring to the recent RAND Corporation report, which found that Russian forces could take the capitals of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania within 60 hours. These are former Soviet Union countries. The report has been compiled over the past several years with the assistance of EUCOM, Scaparrotti said. Yeah, because when Crimea was taken, that put NATO and the so-called West on further notice, man, that Russia is again emerged as a power, man. And that's all according to biblical prophecy. Scriptures say that he's going to put hooks in thy jaw. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it. While I'm talking about it, let me just go ahead and get it. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 38. Satan hating, trying to hold up the internet connection. You know, I'm outside right now. It's Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against them, which this symbolizes Russia. Okay, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and it symbolizes Russia because when you look at the ancient landmass in those ancient countries, the land of Russia is what Gog, Magog, Meshech, and Tubal. That was the ancient landmass, which you would consider Russia today. Okay, and say, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. That's right, because them Russians, those are devils too, man. Those are Edomites. Although you have some Japhites over there, some Moabites, and some of our people over there, the majority of the people over there are Edomites as well. And I will turn them back to what? To the way of the Soviet Union, man, where they are the main antagonists to America. You had two main powers. That's why you had something called a Cold War, in which there was all types of proxy wars in a battle of democracy versus communism, with communism being promoted by the Russians and democracy being promoted by the Americans, which both of those ways of rule are horrible, man. And it leads to mass chaos and confusion amongst our people who have adopted that. Okay? And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, of all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And that's what this guy is saying, man. Well, look, man, they armed to the teeth. They armed to the teeth, as the old saying goes, man. That's what the dude is saying. He's like, man, we can't rock with them. They could take all these former Soviet Union countries back in 60 hours. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Yeah, and you look at their allies. The main ally is who? Persia. Iran is what they're known as currently. Persia, Ethiopia, yeah, them so-called East Africans, because like them Somalians, they're aligned with Russia as well, man. And they also have deals with Ethiopia, the country, because Ethiopia, yeah, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia. That's all pretty much the same area. Those are all Cushites. Although a lot of those Eritreans, they're actually Israelites. Yeah, they're all known as they're Cushitic people for the most part. Okay, that's what they're known as. So Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmets. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Yeah, be thou a guard unto them. Okay, because when you look at the geopolitical world, you have Russia on one side and you have America on the other, and Russia is aiding these different countries. This is Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya. Okay, because before Gaddafi went down, he had certain deals with them Russians. Yet they couldn't prevent Libya from going down, which is why they're so adamant about being up in Syria, man. And they stated that they don't want a repeat of what happened in Libya to happen in Syria, man. And all these different countries, they're getting their aid, they're getting their the military capability for the most part from Russia. You know, some from China, yet for the most part is from Russia, and they're guarding them from what? From the encroachment of the evil empire, man. America, Babylon the Great. Because ultimately, the Lord is going to use primarily Russia to destroy this place. The great city, okay, that sitteth upon many waters, Babylon the Great, which you know as America today. But let me go back to the article and I'll jump back to these precepts. I don't have any argument with the basis of the report and the threat that we have, he added. Though the RAND report concluded that NATO has sufficient resources, personnel, and equipment to enhance conventional deterrence focus on Russia, it argued a more robust posture is worthy of consideration. In other words, an arms race, man, because that's what's coming. That's what Putin announced, man. He said, hey, look, I'm with the arms race, man. We got these new missiles, and it ain't going your missile defense. It ain't going to deter from me hitting a target if need be. Hence my comment that I don't have all the forces I need in Europe today. Okay, and they're talking about. Let me see if I need anything else out of here. Following plans drafted by the Obama administration, the U.S. deployed military forces into Poland and the Baltic states last year to reassure its allies in the face of Russian aggression. Reserving the right to defend its national security, Moscow has long sought compromises in the face of the U.S. and NATO's creeping expansion toward Russian borders after the end of the Cold War, with Poland joining in March '99 and the Baltic states in 2004. At Thursday's hearing, he accused Moscow of seeking to change the international order, which, yeah, because they don't want to be under the U.S. no more. Change. What's the international order? The so-called white men over here ruling and just punking every damn body, man. Okay, if they buck up, they'll assassinate the leaders, and then if that don't work, eventually they'll send drones over there. They'll just send the ground troops, man. That's the international order. Fracture NATO and undermine U.S. leadership. Russia continues to intercept routine reconnaissance flight operations over the Baltic and Black Seas, flying dangerously close to our aircraft and occasionally causing unsafe conditions for our pilots operating in international airspace. Russia also continues to hold snap exercises to limit transparency of planned exercises. Yeah, because they don't want to show their hand in the likely event, and it's not even likely this is going to happen in the event of war. Yeah, you don't want to show your hand in practice, okay? Because that's what that is. It's practice for the war. The U.S. general failed to mention, though, that most of Russia's military drills take place inside its own borders. Yeah, they're in their own sovereign nation. And this is a long article. That's pretty much the gist of it. Okay, so I'm gonna X that out, and yeah, get into the scriptures. This is Isaiah 42:13. The Lord Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. Hey, and that's what's happening, man. The Lord is stirring stuff up. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. Yeah, and he's going to devour and destroy by them chariots, yet also by these missiles. Okay, because these missiles are going to come. They're going to come from Russia, or they're going to come from China, all these different nations. Yet ultimately, who created these missiles, man? The Heavenly Father. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 50, Verse 25, the Lord Yahweh have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. It's talking about Babylon. Okay, so these are the Lord's weapons. Okay, this is all the Lord's doing, because the Lord controls everything that you see on the planet Earth, whether it be good or evil. Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. Yeah, and that's why when this place is destroyed, you're going to know who actually did it, man. It ain't going to be like, oh, man, it was just the Russians they destroyed and this and China. No, you're going to know that it was the Lord, our power, man, Yahweh, whose name means he to be. He exists. Okay, and everything that is happening on the planet Earth is because he exists, and he wants these things to exist, to bring forth his prophecy, man. Because all these things have to come to pass for the kingdom of heaven to be established here on earth. Okay, we're not going to have the Russians ruling for a split second. They're going to be the world power for a split second. No. When this place is destroyed, that's when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. And the Lord is using these different nations to destroy America, man. And he gave them the weaponry. Let me go ahead and get it. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Now, a smith anciently would create what? Weapons. Now, the modern smith is who? These scientists, man. But yeah, Robert Oppenheimer, Albert Einstein, which all you idiots, you uphold Albert Einstein. He was a catalyst in bringing forth the technology that's going to destroy you, man. Yet ultimately, who gave him that technology? The Heavenly Father. Behold, I have created the smith, because the Heavenly Father creates man. Okay, he created Albert Einstein and Robert Oppenheimer. So behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Yeah. And we just read that. That's in his armory, the weapons of his indignation. And who does he have indignation against forever? The so-called white man, Esau. That's pertaining to Malachi, the 1st chapter. And you devils, man, you gonna see the Lord's indignation real soon. Okay? When you get that alert system, this is not a test. You bug out like how you did in Hawaii. And then you shall know that prophets have been among you, man. Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver you every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. Which is how you do that? By hiding yourself under the wings of the protection of the Heavenly Father, taking heed unto this word, this truth, which is being brought to you by the prophets, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Ra Kakwadash. Unless your heart faint and you fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. And what's the rumor? That there's going to be World War III with Russia. And people are more and more coming to the realization that this is inevitable. Even though you got, and Lord's Will, I'll do a video on this, even though you got Trump, he's saying now that he's open to speaking with Kim Jong-un, okay, because he's talking about nuclear disarmament. That's not going to work, man. What did the scripture say? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. So that ain't going to come to fruition unless your heart faint and you fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Yeah, and that's what we're reading about. And that's why the general was saying, look, man, we need more forces here, because he knows that this rumor is only going to be a rumor for so long, man. Okay, it's actually going to occur. It's going to be violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Okay, and ultimately, the Heavenly Father is going to be with the Russians destroying this place. This is Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, chiefly Russia. Shoot at her, spare no arrows. Yeah, so all the missiles that these nations have, they're going to shoot it on America. For she have sinned against the Lord. Yeah, that's right, man, by promoting all this wickedness around the globe. Okay, so I got one last precept. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Yeah, and the Medes, this symbolizes the Russians.
Hey, Brakatay Hawa, Brakatay Yahushai, Brakatay Hawa, Brakatay Yahushai, Brakatay Hawa, Brakatay Yahushai, Yahabashimi Yahushai, Braknawa, 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 Babakasha, 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 Yahabashimi Yahushai, Dwadatam Yatwa. Shalom. With the real Hebrew Israelites coming to week in, week out, prophesying the return of the Most High and His Heavenly Son. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahala, Shah, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles out in New York, Great Millstone of GMS. Honors to all I came around the planet, lifting up the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, in truth and sincerity. As we get closer to the end, be on point. Don't let the wickedness of this world stop you from being obedient to the Spirit of the Lord. Watch how you interact with Esau, police, troops, etc. Long story short, we're about to go into unprecedented times, a time of Jacob's trouble, according to the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's pull that up. All right. Time of Jacob's trouble. All right. If we're going to the point of Jacob's trouble, and maybe when we have some punctuation and shit. Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for the day is great, so that no day beforehand or after is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's, the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. According to Daniel, and we're going to keep pushing this until the Lord come and save us from this. But this is it. 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that same time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. It's going to be a time that never was unlike any other time on the planet. You go look at Daniel, was about the 9th chapter. I don't know if it's about the 7th verse. 12th verse. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. With all the things that is about to happen and go down with Israel, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, all men of the Lord, top brothers to low brothers, has to know how to deal with Esau. If you drive, wear your fucking seatbelt. Don't drink in the car and bringing bottles and shit open in the car, and have your license together, have your insurance together, have all your shit together. Because once the shit really hits the fan, you don't have your things right, Esau's just going to take your ass and send you straight to the FEMA camps, straight to the guillotines, straight deal with you like niggas. It's time for all brethren to understand, as we get closer to the end, be the fuck on point. If an elder brother tell you to stand down, stand down immediately. All right. When you're out there in the highways and byways, do not confront Esau. Don't play with Esau. When I'm talking about Esau, I'm talking about the police. All right. Of course, you're going to confront the heathens that come up and listen to whatever, but then you do it within wisdom. You do it for edification. The Lord says, let all things be done to edification. All right. Let's see what the scriptures say. I don't know if that's it like that in the scriptures. Yeah. All right. Romans 15:2. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. And that's a righteous Israelite. Okay. But that actually goes to the Esau too. You want to edify the righteous on the video, how you deal with Esau. Everything's about edifying your people. You deal with the popos come up to camp, deal with them righteously. If Esau heathen deal with them, come up to the camp, deal with them righteously. Cut them through the scriptures. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to sit there and pick a fight with them, especially if they come in the spirit of peace. If they come in the spirit of fuckery, you deal with them still in the spirit of peace and righteousness. And if the spirit have you cuss them out after that, to follow the spirit. But when you're dealing with these people, you're dealing with these heathens, you're dealing with the popo on the line at camp or in your personal life, use wisdom, discretion. Okay. 1 Corinthians 14:3, but he that prophesies speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. If you're not doing those things, shut the fuck up. Let somebody else speak. All right. We're here to edify and build up our people. All right. I have a couple scriptures. Ephesians 4:26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. All right. Just because you get mad, just because you get upset, just because somebody pissed you off and we're mad, we all should be fucking mad. And we know this because of the scriptures, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All Israelites should be pissed the fuck off from the time they wake up fucking to go into bed. The water Yahweh shall bring me through this day. Fuck Esau, name Yahweh Shemir. That's fine. Cuss them out. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do. Then when you're on them highways and byways, when you get stopped by the police, all right, and they come up across you in whatever vein or fashion, deal with these motherfuckers according to the law, statute, commandments, Yahweh Shem Yahushua within righteousness. It's not our job to cuss their ass out and start no shit with these motherfuckers, man. You go tell the popo, hey, you know, we're here doing what the Bam. You use wisdom. All right, you always use wisdom and you always follow the order, because that's how you save your ass and that's how you set an example of how things are supposed to be. All right, Ephesians 4:26. Be angry and sin not. You can be pissed off all day, but don't sin. Don't disobey Yahweh Shem Yahushua in these scriptures and your elders and the leaders that the Lord has set above you. All right, let not the sun go down on your wrath. 1 Corinthians 9:27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest I by any means, when I preach to others, I myself should be a castaway. All right. The number one thing of being an Israelite is controlling this flesh. We know Esau's off. We know the cops are off. We know their system is off. We know niggas are off. But that doesn't mean you act any kind of way when you're on the line, on your own private time. Niggas shouldn't be getting locked up because you beat the shit out of your baby mama. All right, niggas should not be going having the police come up to camp and you're cussing the popo out. You know what I'm saying? The niggas, you don't go. We are not niggas. We are Hebrew Israelites, and we are the hopeful, righteous elect. All right. Paul said, "In my presence or my absence." All right. Let's see what he said. Let's put in presence and absence, and see what scripture pops up. Oops. Did I spell it right? I don't think I have spelled it. All right. Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed. A righteous Israelite is going to always obey, not as in my presence only, when the elders and the big brothers and the men of the Lord are around, but now much more in my absence, even if the apostles and the elders and the brothers ain't around. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. We have to have a decorum of how we act and treat and be around the heathens. All right. The elders have showed the examples, and the men of the Lord and apostles from on up to the top to down on how to be when you're dealing with these heathens, man. Now, when the shit really starts hitting the fan, they start bringing these troops and come to doors. Get rid of your fucking guns if you got guns. Get rid of anything that Esau can trip over. Don't have it around. Get out of your house. Don't give them any fuel. Let whatever Esau do be just because he's a wicked ass motherfucker, not because he didn't have his L's. We came up to the camp and they cussed me out and they being disorderly. We're gonna arrest their ass. Do everything decently in order. Master and maintain your fucking emotions and keep that shit under check. This is just a righteous exhortation to the men of the Lord. Don't get swept up in your emotions and get caught up and get outside of the spirit, because that getting outside of the spirit might get you killed and prove that you ain't a righteous man, but a nigga. Because righteous men will stay in the spirit. Now, if they fall, they'll get the fuck back up and they won't make that same mistake again, and they'll work on that. They'll go before the Lord and work on that. All right. This is a righteous exhortation for men of the Lord. If you drive around, and I'm guilty, I don't mind drinking and driving because I don't get drunk and drive. I get a couple of sips or whatever, and I'm cooling. But the time of that is about done. Shit is about to hit the fan. We're gonna have to make sure we're not drinking and driving. We gotta make sure we have our licenses, our insurances. All right. We gotta make sure if the popo come roll with us on camp, that we deal with them in a righteous, kind, and nice and simple manner. Respectful manner. We got to understand these scriptures and live within these scriptures. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 9:27. I keep under my body and I bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I preach to others, myself should be a castaway. We keep our body under subjection, meaning we control this fucking flesh. We rule this flesh. We dominate this flesh. Paul said, I die daily. what I kill my flesh, what my flesh want to do, and follow the spirit, what the spirit wants me to do. All right. I'm going to pull up Matthew 5 so we can read a couple more scriptures around this one. All right. Because when we talk about Esau and his system and the falling of Esau's system, there will be a run on guns. There will be checkpoints. There will be Esau clamping down on the highways and byways and all kind of things. We have to know how to handle and conduct ourselves so we're not out of order with the Lord. Matthew 5 and 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him. So who's our adversary? Esau and the heathen. So you're dealing with Esau as in the police and the rulers. Be cool with them at all times. Don't sit up there, come up there cussing them out, telling them they're going to go to slavery, they're going to get destroyed, and the Most High going to fuck their ass up. And they just walked up because somebody called them on us because we offended somebody. No, you deal with them with wisdom, with grace, seasoned with salt. All right? It's no offense or buts about it. This is how we act. This is how we live and move and have our being around these heathens, man. We agree with thine adversary quickly. Do you think I like these fucking cops? I hate them motherfuckers. But when they come and fuck with me, which they do, I deal with them through the spirit, through the scriptures, because that's what the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said, and that's what the elders said, and this is the legacy of being a man of the Lord at Great Millstone. That's it. All right? You agree with thy adversary quickly. My bad, officer. We just over here doing the work of the Lord. The Lord say, whack the bam. If we offend anybody, it's because we're saying God said this and God said that, but this is what we're on. We have no problem with whatever you all guys say. Yes, it's cool. Fucking play the fucking game, man. The Lord said we're going to have to stand in front of these men, man, that they're going to bring us before the judges, man, before the governors, man. We hold the truth and the line and the example of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on down. How did Yahweh Shai deal with Pilate? He said, I'm the king and Most High gonna fuck your ass up, Pilate, you bitch. Or did he barely say a goddamn word? Matter of fact, Pilate marveled because he had not much to say. You know what I'm saying? See if I can pull that up real quick. Pilate marveled. Marveled Jesus didn't respond. Let me see. I'm trying to. I don't know what the script say verbatimly. Matthew 27:14. All right. Let's see if it's in the King James version. All right, it's all of them. Okay. And he answered him never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. They asked him this, they asked him that. They was grilling him. Yahushua played their ass. That's the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the men of the Lord. And if you're going to say something, you're going to say it coupled with wisdom and grace. Paul dealt with Agrippa. All right? And damn near, and what did Agrippa say after dealing with Paul? You damn near make me want to be a Christian. I wish, almost convinced me. You know what I'm saying? We don't get carnal, we don't get out of order. We bring our body into subjection. All right. And it's really important and imperative in the times that we're headed. So you need to get this through our heads now. All right. But Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto you, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Stop fucking with these people. Follow the spirit. Be cool. Humble down. Take the L. Suffer wrongfully. Whatever you got to do, whatever scripture you need to use to bring your body into subjection, so you deal with them within righteous wisdom. The camp is cool. You cool. Popo, take off. All right. And if they do fuck with you, then it's all on them. Okay. It's another one to talk about to deliver you to the to deliver to the judge. Oops, sorry. Hold on, it's another one. It's been in my spirit for a while too, because we're about to go into unprecedented territory. You know, this is Matthew's 5:25, right? Oh, it's the same one. I'll just read it again. Agree with thine adversary quickly while starring away with them, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee into the officer, and thou be cast into prison. This is the greatest test of our faith. Now, are we going to trust the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Or are we going to try to fight and force the kingdom? A righteous man will allow Esau to be the wicked and allow him to have his rule, and they will humble themselves under the yoke, like Jeremiah. When he told them they was going to have yokes, and he had wooden yokes, what the wicked prophets say, oh, that's not going to happen. He cut them, took them off, and did all this big show. Jeremiah said, oh, okay. And the Lord said, what this nigga lying. Gave him the word of the Lord. Again, hold on one second. Hold on, I'm gonna call you right, baby. I'm finished this sit down real quick. I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna call you right back. I'm finishing the sit down. All right. I forgot what the point I was just at, but you're gonna make peace with your adversary real quickly and get it done with, man. You're not gonna sit there and fight him. You're not gonna sit there and the popo come and we getting guns and we stacking up guns and try to shoot out and fight with Esau. No, we're gonna humble ourselves and have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 2 Corinthians 10:4. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, to the pulling down of strongholds. We don't have to argue with these motherfuckers. Trust me, I am the biggest one to be arguing with the motherfucking cop, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to follow these scriptures, Yahweh Radazah, and the elders were Yahweh Radazah, and make peace with my adversary quickly. All right? Quickly, meaning humble the fuck down. All right? Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. All right. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Be wise dealing with Esau. All right. They're going to have UN troops out here. They're going to have martial law. They're going to be a whole bunch of shit that go down. Be cool at all times. If you don't know how to be cool, call on the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to calm you down. In the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we had to keep calling his name to call you down. Call on the Lord, obey these scriptures. Period. All right. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up into the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. This is what I was looking for. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So you're going to go in there and get called, yo, honor you motherfucking bitch, motherfucker. No, be cool. Yahweh Shem Yahushai was cool. What happened when Malchus' ear got cut off by Peter? What did Yahushai do? Peter, they killed by the sword must be killed with the sword. He went down, picked up the ear, and put the ear back on Malchus. All right, that's the legacy. And that's all I want to say, man. Brothers, be mindful, be careful, make peace with your adversary, be harmless as dove, maintain your spirit, bring your body under subjection. Bridle, I'm going to end on the bridle and the tongue. All right, I'm going to end with that one. All right, bridle that tongue. All right. Because if you don't bridle that tongue might get you killed. Psalms 39:1. To the chief musician, even to Jeduthun, a psalm of David. I said I will take heed to my ways. I'm going to watch how I live, move, and have my being. What I say, how I act, what I do. That I sin not with my tongue. That I keep my fucking mouth in check. I will keep my mouth with a bridle while the wicked is before me. If you don't do that, you're going to get into your flesh, and you get into your flesh, you might get in trouble. This is the last time, and the wrong time, getting in trouble with the Lord. So be mindful. Hopefully this is edifying, because you can go into that bridle too. Lord talks about those that don't bridle that tongue, and how James 1:26, if any man among you seem to be religious and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, his own mind, this man's religion is in vain. You got to bridle that tongue. You got to control your mouth. You got to control your spirit. All right. We have to be in balance. Hopefully this is edifying to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All praises and honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles out in New York, a great millstone of GMS. Honors to all Akim around the planet, lifting up the name of Yahweh Shai and truth and sincerity. Truth and sincerity. With that, we're going to say Shalom.
First, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who are teaching this truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim that's out there on the four quarters of the earth, pushing this truth, risking your lives to do so, as pretty much, as you know, the famine of the word is coming, where you will not hear this on the streets no more. You won't see us out on the streets anymore, because, like everything else, they're shutting channels down, pretty much they're conspiring it as hate speech. And what does hate mean? It means you don't like something, so you're not to speak out loud what you don't like. And if anybody watched WWE last night, there was a bit of truth that was not even scripted. The character Roman Reigns actually went off last night about Brock Lesnar, which we like to call the paperweight champion, that pretty much he's just handed everything. He doesn't have to show up to work on time or anything, that he's pretty much, quote-unquote, Vince's little boy. And because he spoke out about it and spoke the truth about it, that, yeah, man, Brock Lesnar, man, he's not a full-time wrestler or anything like that. He actually showed that he was a disgruntled employee. Guess what happened to him? He got suspended. And Vince McMahon covered his ass. Well, that's the same thing that's going on with everything else, right? They don't like what we're teaching, man, because this is a song that they can't learn, because they're finding out that this song does not include everyone. This song only includes the elect of Israel. That's about it. And they're the only ones that are going to learn this song. Yahweh Shai only came to save his elect. That's the whosoever in John 3:16. To save the whosoever among the nation of Israel, because world means people, for he only came to save his people, and that's just something that has been a lie for so long, stretched Christianity. And so we've been tearing down that doctrine of devils for quite some time, and this is a big time threat to Esau's structure. So like everything else, you get flagged, you get taken down, because it might be construed as hate speech. And so, I'm going to, like I said, create a backup channel to this. Just call it Confusion of Face Reading 2. And I'll try to, as I get that going, put up links for that just in case they take that down. Because as well as I do, that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to read out of Hosea chapter 2. Say ye unto your brethren, Ami, and to your sisters, Rahama, plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts. And well, what is considered spiritual whoredom and adulteries among Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai? Adopting these other philosophies, being married into these other philosophies, such as stretched Christianity and just, or any of the other ones, Islam, they just pretty much the lies of this world. Lest I strip her naked and set her in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst. And that's what happened when we were brought over here to America, Babylon the Great, This characters really represent what happened to the nation of Israel, as we are a fallen nation. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the kingdom of whoredoms. That's what happened. That's why we were brought over here, that we would be taught these other philosophies, because we had went off. We were not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We wanted to live like the other nations. Well, and these other nations all conspired together that we would not remember that we're Israelites, so we would become like the other nations with these whoredoms. For her mother hath played the harlot, And she conceived them that hath done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread, and my water, my wool, and my flax, mine oil, and my drink. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she will not find her paths. And she shall follow after her lovers. She shall not overtake them, and she shall seek them, but she shall not find them. Then shall she say, I will go return to my first husband, for then was it better with me than now. And that's what happened, you know. We're coming back to the realization that we are the Hebrew Israelites, you know. And we're coming out of these whoredoms, for we have learned our lesson, you know. And that's really what it was about. The elect, the 1/3, are not going to stay in these philosophies. We're going to come out of that, and we're going to prophesy the downfall of this place, which is what you're seeing now. You're seeing Israelites, the elect, the 1/3, coming out here and teaching this new song, which only the elect are going to understand it, you know. And so we know that this is hurting Esau in every way possible, because he can no longer cling to Christianity. Christianity is lost, as well as all the other philosophies. He's lost. Look at what's happening over here. Just here in Reading alone, we are losing Sears and Kmart, you know, and they're trying to avoid the subject, the fact that, you know, this place, you know, already was poor to begin with. But now that you've taken that away, that's 200 more jobs lost. And so, you know, what's going to happen there when the homeless rate's already 30% anyways, you know? And we just see the attitude of these snobs, you know, towards the homeless. The attitude that, you know, oh, we don't want them there. You know, that the worst thing that could ever happen to them is that somebody might ask them for a fucking quarter, you know? And it's like, well, you're about to be homeless. 200 people just got laid off and probably will not find work again. It's very hard to find a job here unless you're in construction or in the medical field. You think people working at Kmart are in that field? Absolutely not. Or the people at Sears. No. So, you know, eventually they're going to end up homeless too, you know? Because, let's face it though, this place, America, is going broke. Cannot pay its debts and is in debt, and you know, we keep on seeing pop-ups all the time to where Toys R Us may be closed completely this year, you know, and we're seeing it with Sears and Kmart, you know, that it's not just store closings, but it's the beginning of the whole thing collapsing, because that's what happened with Mervyn's, that's what happened with McMahon's, you know, when they started downsizing the stores. Eventually they were gone completely within that same year. So, you know, we're seeing this happen, you know. So, you know, like everything else, that's what people cleave to, you know. They don't cleave to this word. And the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai ain't going to be on here much longer. You know, we will not be on YouTube much longer. Our channels are getting deleted. Our live streams are being taken down by the so-called white man, because he knows that he has a short time to continue to deceive. He's in that short season where he should go out in the four corners of the earth and deceive them. You know, and we know that he's at the end of the season, you know. So he's come down having great wrath. And we can see that, you know, martial law is coming. They keep on staging these events in Florida, you know. I mean, we all know that the shit is fake, you know, and because if you might say Parkland shooting fake, oh boy, okay, now they're going to take down your channel because it's a hate speech. You know, you don't see too many videos anymore of the Boston bombing being a hoax or Sandy Hook being a hoax. No, man, because what's happening, though, is that the truth is hurting. You know, Esau's been exposed for their lies, and so they're trying to cover that up. But they can't cover this up. It will not hide. And we know what Esau is doing in Syria. We know that pretty much that he has turned that place desolate, and he's in Syria now, you know. That ISIS really is nothing more than an American proxy army, you know, and oh, so what are they going to do? They're just going to keep this thing escalating. Of course they're going to escalate the war. But it is the Most High himself that's hardening Pharaoh's heart. We know that the current Pharaoh right now, it is America, you know, because this place is Egypt spiritually. And so we know that he's not going to let it go. He's going to keep on going after. He's not going to let our people go. No, he's going to keep us enslaved. He never did turn the house to his prisoners. You know, martial law is coming. You know, the mark of the beast is continuing to be pushed. You know, it's continually pushed. You know, they're getting rid of the old money system. That's why all these places are shutting down. And that's why Walmart's taking over every town. You know, been taking over every town for quite a while. You know, and like everything else, they just wanted that dependency to where Walmart's the only place. But eventually you won't even be able to go to that because that'll be a FEMA detention center. You know, so no, man, there's no hope here. There's no hope whatsoever except in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, so like everything else, though, we ain't gonna be on here much longer. So download, save, and re-upload as much as you can. You know, most of all, keep this stuff saved because a USB stick, a USB thumb drive, a USB extra port, or your computer, laptop, whatever you're saving them to, maybe all that you have to rehearse. We're just rehearsing righteous acts now, you know, but having the full breakdown and all that, enjoy it while you can, because Esau is shutting it all down. So I hope this has been edifying, and shalom to Yakim that's out there, and like everything else, man, just keep on pushing. Esau's coming down hard because he knows that this truth is hurting him. Shalom.
Right, you got nobody to protect you. Your government is against you. What are you going to do?
God's going to take care of me.
God's going to take care of you. That's the type of faith you got?
Yeah.
What's your God's name?
Love.
No, I said what's his name, not his attribute. Love is an emotion. That's an attribute that some people have. Now I'm asking you what's God's name. Like you have a name, right? You might exonerate love, but you actually have a name like Danny or Billy, right? So what is God's name?
Love.
Yes, he is love. That's not his name. Where in the Bible does it say God's name is love? Give me the scripture. There's no Bible verse to support what you're saying. You have no Bible verse.
Cristo en mi corazón para siempre.
Jesus Christos no blanco. Jesus Christos el negro.
I'm saying.
No, listen what I'm saying, because this is the point. Jesus Christos no blanco. Jesus Christos el negro.
See. I never said that.
Okay. What's your nationality?
On your father's
American.
side. On your father's side, like what's
Father's side.
Not American, because America was established in what, like 1776, as they say?
My grandmother was an orphan. She came down from Canada.
Is your dad a Spaniard or is he Hispanic?
French.
He's French?
Yeah.
It's Proverbs 30 and 4. Who have ascended up unto heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name?
What is his name and what is his son's name?
If thou canst tell.
If thou canst tell. And you can't tell, but according to the Bible, God has a name, and his son, who the world called Jesus, have a name. So I was asking you what's God's name. Because you say your God is going to protect you during that time. So I'm asking you to give me your God's name. That's like if I say, well, you ask me where I'm going. I say I'm about to go to my friend's house.
Yeah.
You say, what's your friend name? I say, well, I don't know my friend name. How are you going to your friend's house if you don't know his name? How can you say God is going to protect you, right, during those horrible times if you don't know his name?
Yeah. I say this one thing too, you gotta know what language. It's not in English, it's not in Greek, it's not in Latin. It's in the Paleo Hebrew, which is the old language, right? It's the Lashon Kodash. It's not Yiddish, it's not Jehovah, Yahweh, it's not none of that shit. You gotta really learn into it.
That's why, hey, before we go any further, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai.
Thank you.
Okay. Somebody get.
That's our God's name. Our God's name is Yahweh.
That's in the real Hebrew.
Yeah.
It's Yahweh.
See, if I could speak it, I would. The closest language to love right now is Spanish over English.
Closest language to love? Elaborate. Please break that down.
There's more words in Spanish for love
Okay.
than in English. English is missing pieces.
Okay.
Yes.
And we can't communicate with each other the right way in English. It's just that's why you see so much family and community in the.
Let me say something. I don't mean to cut you off, because I'm about to go into a lesson, but I want to say something real quick. Just basically give you a quick rundown on what we teach. We teach according to the Bible that we're God's chosen people. Now, when I say God's chosen people, that don't mean we gave our life to Christ and we've been baptized in water and all that. No, when I say we're God's chosen people, we are the Hebrew Israelites. No, listen to what I'm saying, because you're saying, listen to what I'm saying. Okay. We're the Hebrew Israelites. Bloodline descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, would that be hard for you to believe? No. Would it be easy to believe that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are God's chosen people?
I want to say this.
I'm Native American.
And I say that, Native American.
On your father's side? It'd have to only be. It would only have to be. Okay.
Native American.
So
I honestly don't think you're sure about that, but it's okay.
Well, like the brother's saying?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure? But you just said your father was French.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Well, you had the French and Indian War, for one. Plus I got a secret, but it's in me. I've been here from the start.
I think some type of philosophy. It sounds like a spirit that been here for a long time.
I don't have the written proof yet, but it's on its way.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, I think you're a heathen, bro. Yeah. Be real.
What's that?
So at the end of the day, I believe you're a heathen.
Explain.
My boy. Your spirit, man. The spirit you come in is not the spirit that it don't resonate with our spirit.
Right. A heathen.
Yeah.
I'm a heathen?
Yes.
What does that mean?
A heathen means you're not an Israelite. It means we're not brethren. We're not kinsmen.
Okay, well...
He'll explain to you, or maybe he'll ignore you. You can do that.
What about, I don't ignore anyone.
Hold on, let me bring the scripture up. Bring it up.
Now, if I told you I was Native American, would I still be a heathen?
Go ahead. Hold up, bro. Go ahead.
This is Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself
The Spirit itself, what is the Spirit itself talking about?
I don't like when someone calls me
It's talking about the words of this Bible. Okay? Because the Spirit of the Lord is found in His book.
God don't like ugly.
Give us life, which is spirit. Good.
God don't like ugly.
It says the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
So the Spirit itself, which is the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, resonates with us.
It's all love.
And because the Spirit resonates with us, Lord willing, your spirit
I'm nothing.
resonating with our spirit.
I'm nothing.
Okay.
I'm nothing but love, and that's...
You've been up here for about 5 minutes and you already proved that you're a liar because you said your father was French. First you tried to act like you didn't know who your father was. Then you said your father was French. Then you said your father was Native American.
I'm going through something, and I'm not telling you my truth because you're already trying to twist it around.
Are you shaking?
I'm not shaking. I see it, lady.
Get Deuteronomy 28:5, man.
He on his heavy.
You're going to slavery. You're going to slavery.
There's not some. See.
Hey, you know Heavy D got nothing.
Look at all these idols you got on, bro.
Look at
That's all these idols. You got hella idols on, man.
That's idolatry, bro.
Come on, man. That's idols. Those are idols.
Catholic idols.
You talking about this guy?
Are those prayer beads?
Yeah.
Idols, man.
You're a Catholic.
Hey, they forced that. You know the French forced that on my people.
But I'm nothing.
We know that.
Now he's saying nothing like in a spiritual way, like you're trying to. I give it all up to Jesus. He's everything. No, you're nothing like as in you're 3/5 of a man.
That's right.
You know how they say black people was 3/5 of a man? You're really 3/5 of a man.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey, shit.
Okay.
All I know
we're God's chosen people.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now,
hey, precept. Daniel's 4:35, and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing.
All the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, with the exception of the Israelites, because the Lord already made it known that they're His peculiar people. So you so-called white people, you're nothing according to God.
That's right.
Okay, you Chinese people, you're nothing according to God.
That's right.
You Arabics, you Africans, the only people that mean something to God is blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Not Africans, not East Indians, okay, not Filipinos.
And you're telling me I'm not Native American.
This
We're
guy
telling you, you're not an Israelite.
You're not an
I'm
Israelite.
not a pure.
I'm saying that with confidence
But
now.
the blood is in me.
You're heathen.
I'm saying that with confidence now. You're not one of us.
Hell no.
You know?
Hell no. See, that's Jake right
Jay
there.
said it.
That's right,
He
bro.
said it.
Edomite.
Hey, there we go. So that's Jake right there. Show him, bro.
You Edomite, bro.
Edomite.
See that? The spirit confirmed it.
Hey, that's
That was the spirit of, hey, that was, hey, you know how they say the Lord working mysterious ways? That was the Lord working
That was the
mysterious
Lord,
ways.
bro.
Exactly. This is a Michael Jackson glove on, man.
Got a control like this guy.
Beat it.
It beat
Michael's
it, yeah.
message.
You like the message?
Michael's message.
Was what?
This nigga is a Catholic.
This is the devil, yo.
You know, they forced that Catholic bullshit on my people. You know, I'm a so-called
I'm not a
Haitian.
Catholic.
Look at all that
You
stuff
just
on
agreed
you,
to
bro.
being a Catholic, bro.
He's lying, bro.
I was
Desperados and
confirmed
shit.
one from my mother.
This guy's loco.
You're unstable,
Oh, no.
Very.
He,
I'm very
It's the Antonio Banderas and shit.
bro. You're double-minded.
stable in love.
I'm not
That's what he
double-minded.
think he is. Antonio Banderas.
All right, have a good day, Esau.
You'll see.
Well, you'll see.
We'll see. What we gonna see?
That I'm no
Haha, this guy smoke peace.
and that
There's people
Like
all dying.
Undertaker.
I love
Super
everyone.
wide like
I love them all.
Like Undertaker.
Hey, listen, God doesn't love all people.
What color?
Undertaker.
what he talking. That's
I love everyone on the planet.
All right,
That's
Esau.
all I know.
All right, Esau.
So you can call me anything
Hey, now.
you want.
Hey,
I
hey,
love you
now.
anyway.
Hey, now.
Hey, somebody called your name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give him some love.
I love you.
Give him some love.
Give him some love.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Look, Johnny, hey,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny
Hell
Depp.
yeah.
Johnny
Like
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit.
God, this guy.
Oh shit.
Now
Coming
you
back for more.
Cherokee
Come on,
now?
Oh,
Undertaker.
Cherokee. Oh, of course.
He
I'm
remembered
telling
his.
you
He
my
remembered
truth,
his tribe.
guys.
Took him 20 minutes, but he remembered his tribe.
I know who Johnny Depp is.
All right, Johnny.
But Johnny Depp probably a Jacob. You not.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my goodness, man. This guy.
Start off today.
Man,
Start off.
Demon came up at the beginning of camp, man.
Yeah, come on. Hey, bro, could you get Deuteronomy 28:15?
Come on.
And we're about to get into this lesson now. A lot of people in our community, you know, they want to know how did black people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans get in this predicament. Now, honestly, you do got some people who just don't give a fuck. They just want to live their life and be famous in America. You got a question? You seem to look in the tree. Come on.
I was explaining that to
hard
my
as shit.
grandson.
Okay.
And he was saying, why are people poor? And I said, Baltimore's a little scary. And he said, why? I said, there's a lot of poor people, a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
speaking
scary because of poor people.
worldwide. I'm
Yes.
talking about the state of
I
blacks.
know.
Real quick, I'm talking about the state of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans worldwide.
I know.
A lot of people now. I did too. I remember when I was young, I was trying to think of ways to figure out how black people got so poor because I'm used to being brought up in poverty-stricken areas, what they call the ghettos and the projects, and the youth, right? It's mainly the youth. They ask themselves, why are black people poor? Why are we so poor and the white man is so rich? And the Asian man is so rich, right? Now I'm gonna show you, bring it out. Hold up, get that first, bro. Deuteronomy 28:15. Okay, I'm gonna bring a scripture out, because this don't just apply to you, this don't just speaks to you, it speaks to everybody. And I'm gonna show you why we so poor. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now, this is Moses speaking to the Israelites.
Yeah.
God shows the people, go ahead.
To observe to do all his commandments.
So he said, listen, I gave you these law, statutes, and commandments. If you do not obey them, go ahead.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these curses shall come upon thee, go ahead.
And overtake thee.
So according to the Bible, God shows the people, if they broke the law, then all these curses will come upon them. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Who are in the worst conditions in America? Who are living in the worst conditions in America? Who are the most? People of color. Would you agree if I say blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the most poorest people on the planet? Right?
Yes.
So I'm showing you that I'm drawing a parallel. I'm showing you how God said that something will happen to a specific people, and the specific people what's happening to is blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is why there's so much black on black crime. This is why black and Latino men leave their homes and they call them deadbeat fathers, right? This is why. This is why people get shot down in the streets every day by the police, and white people are able to get away with it. These are curses that came upon us because blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, going back thousands of years, continue not to keep the laws of God. Yeah, you're right. Your people.
Yeah,
it's the prejudice of your
against
people
my people
and the racism of your people.
Because it's Jacob versus Esau.
Right.
Because Esau, the white man, not the Arab.
But I got
Okay. I don't know. Go read out, bro.
Okay,
G James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?
Right. Who is the poor of this world? Right. I want to point out something real quick because the Lord said He chose the poor of this world to be rich in faith. Nobody on this planet believes in God more than blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because that's the type of spiritual connection we got with the Most High. That's why these heathen, they know to advertise their religion in our communities. The Mormons, they don't go out in the county of Dundalk. They come to the black and Latino communities. And we fall for it. Why? Because that's just that spirituality that's naturally a part of us, that's innately in us, man. So I wanted to point that out. That also proves that we're the Israelites. But the Bible said that the Lord chose the poor of this world. When you deal with it in its context, according to what it's really saying, what James is saying, it's talking about the Israelites. But it's specifically talking about the elect. See, because we're the ones that's rich in faith. We might not got no money, but we got a lot of faith. That's the real riches. You see what I'm saying? Because you get Isaiah 47 and start at 6, all right?
That's right. Rich in faith, all right? And that's why Yahushua said, shall I find faith on the earth? He's going to find it through this elect man.
Can't claim that.
Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right. So the Bible just said that God was mad with His people. That's why we're at the bottom. That's why these Edomites are able to mistreat us. That's why all these other nations are living better than us, man. Because we made God mad. How did we make God mad? By not keeping His law, statutes, and commandments. So He said He polluted His inheritance. Now you got people telling the world that the law is done away with, and then they twisting the law, saying that homosexuality is okay, right? You can use it, Peter, to say that you can eat pork, and you see what I'm saying? So the Lord did.
Especially known as Gomorrah, right?
Daughter Babylon, Gomorrah, Egypt, Sodom.
That's what's coming to this place, man. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
That's right.
And that's what we see out here, man. Love is waxing cold, man. God. You can't even just drive your car. People beep, beep, beep. Get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? People, elderly need help on a train, or a blind man needs help to get onto the train station. Nobody wants to help them.
No.
They don't got 2 seconds to help them out of their damn day to help someone that is unfortunate as them. This place is through, man. Morally, spiritually, physically, economically, America is done, man.
That's right.
But you people, you peons, still want to trust in your master, man. You still want to trust in Egypt. Put your trust in man, man. Well, the scriptures say, cursed is the man that trusts in man.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
You know, you trust in all the chariots because the chariots of Egypt are many.
Yeah, all this bullshit that people are surrounded by. That's all they care about.
Let me get a
right.
This is the second epistle of Timothy, chapter 3.
Yep.
This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Yep.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy.
That's right, man. To their physical parents and also the spiritual parents, man.
That's right.
The elders and apostles, man, that's been laboring this truth, giving us the right doctrine, man.
That's right.
All right, there's some camps out there. I don't even need to name them. You know what I'm saying? It's not about your name. It's about what you're coming out your mouth.
Exactly.
They're not giving double honor to our elders and apostles, man. They're not giving reverence where reverence is due.
Bring up that double honor.
They're not teaching that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, man.
That's right.
They're teaching that the mark of the beast is Christianity, which is totally off, man. When you go into that word mark in Revelation, the 13th chapter, all right, it's karagmas, man, which means an incision in the flesh, man.
That's right.
That's why all this stock market trash is coming upon us. You know, there's like no more jobs, man. That's why everyone's going to Uber, okay? Everything's going into a cryptocurrency, man.
That's right.
And China's the forerunner of that, man.
You know, it's funny how you mentioned Uber, because now even Uber ain't as people would have thought it to be. Because the CEO of Uber, he actually dropped Uber rates. So now the CEO's making more money, but the Uber drivers, they're making less money. True. And yet an Uber driver at Edomite that committed suicide because his job wasn't paying them enough, is going to show you that the kingdom is going down.
That's right.
And that they commit suicide now more than ever.
I got a precept.
God.
Jeremiah 9:25.
God.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
Yep, and that's truth is about people. You want to be joined hand in hand with these devils.
That's right.
Yep.
I got it. Verse 25. Verse 26.
Yep.
Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness.
Yep.
For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart.
That's right.
All these heathen are filthy, and all they care about is getting rich off of getting rich off of us. That's why throughout all the herds, all you see is Japanese stores, Arab stores, Chinese-owned stores. They all come over here and get rich off of our people, and our people love these heathens. They want to cling to their philosophies, their ways, but they want to be everything except knowing that they're Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Jeremiah 10:25. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not.
Yep.
And upon the families that call not on thy name.
That's right.
For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him and have made his habitation desolate.
Exactly. All these heathens, the Japanese, Chinese, the so-called white man, the Arabs, Africans, they all got rich off of our downfall. Now it's time for us to get rich off of their downfall, and they're falling right now. Like how we said, Toys R Us disclosed how many stores?
900.
You have 900. Last year, over 3,000 stores closed. I mean, 6,000. They say that this year, 3,000 are expected to close, but if the dollar collapses, then everything's going to close down. So this kingdom is rapidly falling because we're waking up.
That's right.
And the damage is done, so they can shut down the internet in April all they want to, because that's when they say net neutrality is supposed to end. The damage is already done, and even when you drop the net, there's still going to be edification going on.
That's right.
There's still going to be miracles being performed, and spiritual powers are being manifested. So this kingdom's already at its end, and there's no way it's going to come back. Like I was saying in Jeremiah, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Yep.
I got a precept. This is Nahum, book of Nahum, chapter 3:1.
That's right.
Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery.
Yep.
The prey departeth not.
That's right.
Who's afraid? Israel, man.
God.
Even if you try to leave here, let's say for a vacation, or you just try to make a new life somewhere else, you're not going to be able to, man. You don't have enough power to do that, enough resources.
You know what's funny is, you bring that up, Mos Def tried to go live in Africa, right? And then as soon as his green card was up, they put him in jail.
Damn.
They put him in jail because they
even if you're a celebrity and if you've got money, they don't give a damn about you.
Yeah, he tried to leave and go to Africa, like
that's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, he got his wake up call too.
You guys talk about we not slaves.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
For real.
Isaiah 21 in verse 2.
Bring it out.
A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealeth treacherously.
That's right.
And the spoiler spoileth.
Yep.
That's right.
Go up, O Elam, besiege, O Media, all the signs thereof have I made to cease.
Yep.
Therefore are my loins filled with pain, and pangs have taken hold upon me as the pangs of a woman that travaileth.
That's right.
I was bowed down at the hearing of it. I was dismayed at the seeing of it. My heart panted, fearfulness affrighted me. The night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear unto me. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower. Eat, drink, arise ye princes, and anoint the shield. And that's what we're doing, man. We're anointing the shield of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
That's
right.
Alright? And this gospel, man, of this good news, man. We're making the watchtower. I know that they're
yeah, took a picture.
Who did?
What the fuck's your picture gonna do?
You took a picture?
It's all good. Don't get calm. It's the what do they call them back in the ancient days?
Centurions?
Yeah, it's the centurions taking taking the phones out and recording us, man. We don't care, man. We know you devils about to make you move on the men of the Lord, man.
Exactly.
You know, give me that, and the Apocrypha says, then it shall be known who my chosen are.
That's right.
Verse 6. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, go set a watchman, let him declare where he seeth. And that's what we're doing, man. We're declaring what we see, man. Alright, all hell is about to break loose out here. The dollar is about to crash.
Yep.
It's about to be every man for themselves, a dog-eat-dog world, man.
Yep.
All right, America's about to be made even worse than a third world country, man. You see what's going on there in Venezuela? All right, anarchy. There's no order.
Nope.
Since you love disorder and confusion so much, that's what you're gonna get, man.
That's right.
Okay.
And what do people always say, like when it comes to sports in America, like boxing, football, stuff like that? They say that Americans love violence. Well, violence is about to come here.
Yeah.
And what does it say in Revelation, the 18th chapter? It says, thus will violence show that great city Babylon fall. So it was built up on violence, so it's going to be thrown down on violence.
That's right.
And this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. If the main post is 73, but I'll start at 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Yeah, and you just have on the news how they're setting up military and martial law troops.
Yeah, I don't want to walk between you brothers.
Over there in like the major cities, man. They're setting up stations where they're about to move on new jakes, man.
Yep.
So this isn't far off, man. Alright, the judgment has to begin in the house of the Lord, which is who? You so-called Negro, Native American, Latino confusion facing, man. Which is mostly in these inner cities, man. In these ghettos, man.
Yep.
And that's why and then Trump just made an order to set up military men with arms to start doing order, man. That's why they have all these false flags, man.
That's right.
You got pretty much every day you had in different schools in different states, a gun threat, this or that, you know? Why are they doing this? Because they're getting ready, man.
That's
to
right.
make their move, man.
It says, they shall be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yeah, these devils are gonna be killing everybody, whether you know you're Hebrew Israelite or not.
That's right.
They're gonna go after the Chinese, Japanese, East Indians. They're gonna go after their own people. But who's their biggest target? Who do they want the most? They want Israel. They want the men of the Lord.
That's right.
Because we're bringing their kingdom down. And it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall there be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Yeah, so that's how we know whether we're men of the Lord. We got cops taking pictures of us now, but that's the sign that we're bringing down the kingdom, and we give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua even more.
That's right.
That's how we know we're doing the real thing.
That's
and
right.
I got a scripture real quick to go with that perfectly. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
That's what we're doing, man.
Yep, and that's what's happening.
I break that down.
And then now you got the police watching us. Men of Valor in New Jersey, they did a video and they seen an FBI van watching them, and one of them went to go put his Wi-Fi on, and it said FBI surveillance as a Wi-Fi network, showing you that they were being surveilled and that they're being watched. And then the police even came out to talk to one of the brothers, and he was like, "What is teaching the Bible?" He's like, "We're not doing nothing. Y'all the one that kill people. You want to burn crosses of people's lawns. You want to drop bombs on people. You want to put chemicals in the water supply to fucking kill people. You want to do all sorts of chemical warfare and destroy people. What's coming out of a book? Well, we're not killing nobody.
Give fucking benefits to transgenders.
Exactly.
And all goodies to the wicked.
Yep. Well, we're teaching righteousness.
But then oppress a man of his own heritage in his own house.
That's right.
And oppress the righteous.
God.
And it's all good. We're bearing our crosses, man. But your wickedness is almost up, Esau.
That's right.
Like our brother just put up a video, GMS Psalm Assembly, I believe.
Yeah.
Talked about how we see you, Esau.
Yeah, right? That's right.
Taking down brothers' videos, messing with the views, all this shit. There's nothing new under the sun, man. Right? Amos 8 and 11 is gonna come to pass, man. The famine of the word, man.
That's right.
How do you hear a famine of the word? Because of the men that are preaching the true gospel, man. Not in the damn churches, just even the masses, man. All right. This is Jeremiah 21:14. But I will punish you according to the fruit of your doings, saith the Lord. And I will kindle a fire in the forest thereof, and it shall devour all things round about it. Right? Because the fruit of your people's doings, of our people's doings, particularly, because we're talking to our people in particular. All right, the Lord talking about going to the house sheep, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, they're wicked, man. Yeah. Selling lean to the people, cocaine. popping Molly, being a nigga, right? Committing adultery. You're a brute beast, man. That's why what do you do to bad dogs? You put them down, man.
That's right.
That's why 2/3 of our people get put down, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a bad dog, man. Like some damn bitches, man. Slacking for my language, man. Just so you can understand the point, man. You better repent or else, man.
Yep. On that one.
Yeah, that was it.
This is Acts chapter 17, verse 5. But the Jews which believed not, moved with envy, took unto them certain lewd fellows of the baser sort, and gathered a company, and set all the city on an uproar. Yep, and assaulted the house of Jason, and sought to bring them out to the people. Yep, it said they made the people into an uproar. Isn't this place in an uproar because of the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai?
That's right.
You got devils want to shut down the internet and net neutrality. They want to bring in the martial law. They want to kill the prophets. They want to torture us. They got the female concentration camps ready. You got devils taking pictures of us, and he couldn't even do it like he was bold. Like, yeah, I'm taking a picture. He ought to do it sneakily like this as he was driving by. Cause show me that these devils, even though they got a badge, a gun, a uniform on, they're still a bunch of bitches. They're nothing but a bunch of devils with a fancy uniform on, but they're still devils.
They're witches and warlocks,
exactly.
man. That's exactly what they are, man.
Exactly. They not scary. They not scary. Y'all a bunch of fucking punks. Your kingdom's going down. You got a gun, but you're afraid of us. We're coming out of a book, and this is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. We don't need no nukes. We don't need no AK-47s. We don't need no ICBM nuclear missiles. We don't need no motion wave cannons or whatever. We got this right here.
A Centennial came up to the brothers GMSB at the end camp.
Oh yeah,
and
right?
They were like, oh, someone said that you have bombs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the crafty counsel of Esau, man. Nobody probably came up to them saying nothing. They just came up to them with that accusation, man.
Yep.
That's how the devil works, man. But it's all good. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We know everything that we have coming, man.
God.
Let me get some.
But people that don't, go ahead.
This is Revelations 2:10.
That's right.
For none of them things which thou shalt suffer, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Yep, so some of us are going to be up in those concentration camps. Some of us are going to be jailed. But the elected, having faith, you're going to be delivered out of there. It's all just a test of your faith.
That ye may be tried,
yep.
And ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
That's right, a certain amount of time. Yep.
Be thou faithful unto death.
Yeah, be faithful unto death. So even if you die, you still got to have your faith. Because some of us are going to be martyrs. Some of us are going to be tortured and be beheaded. But being faithful to the end, you're gonna have sit up on a chariot, and you're gonna have a crown placed upon your head by Yahushua himself.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
That's right, a crown of life, and you're gonna see the actual physical crown. So you can do anything you want to do. You devils, you rush out, you Bilderbergs, you rocket faggots. That's all I like to call you. Y'all the Ratchouts and the rocket faggots, because that's how y'all are. And you know your kingdom's going down, and that's why you're coming upon a great wreck. You're scrambling.
That's right.
You don't even know what to do now.
That's right.
You know your kingdom's falling. You know that we're about to rule. You know your Yahushua's coming back. You're seeing all the signs. So you're scrambling. You're shitting yourself. You lose sleep at nighttime. So you know your kingdom is finished.
That's right.
Yep. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war. So this is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. I did a video titled that too. The Bible is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. They said that on the news. They said the Bible is the most controversial book. They said the Bible is the most banned book and the most destroyed book. And they show you that in the book of, that movie Book of Eli. How they were trying to hunt down all the people that had Bibles and they were killing them. That's what they're gonna do with us. When Hitler was in power during World War II, he was burning all the Bibles.
I got precepts.
Yep, nice.
Proverbs 11 and verse 28.
That's right.
He that trusteth in his riches shall fall.
Yep.
But the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
Yep, the righteous shall flourish as a branch, because what's going to keep us stable? What's going to save us? Your money going to save you.
That's right.
All you have is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to save you.
Right.
That's all you got.
That's right.
He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind.
Yep.
Oh, the wind just blew.
Yeah, that's that wind represents destruction.
That's right.
Who's troubling his own house right now? The Edomites, man.
That's right.
You know, America is pretty much their house, right? Is their home where they get all their wealth out of, because they got so wealthy off what? Off the sweat, blood, and tears of the backs of you so-called Negro, Native American, Latinos, man. You Israelites, man. That's how they got filthy rich, man. we were just bringing out earlier before camp how these damn Rothschild.
Go ahead. Which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
A lot of people think that, oh, ain't gonna be no judgment day. Ain't gonna be no judgment day. Come on, nigga, you crazy. This ain't gonna happen.
Remember Terminator 2?
Sarah Connor. And you know, James Cameron got that in a vision.
That's coming.
James Cameron got that in a dream.
That's coming.
The Most High put it in a dream. That's how he made the movie. And it's always America being destroyed. It's never Bangladesh or some other place in Eastern. It's always this place.
I was 11 years old. Didn't know much. But when I saw that,
hey,
it stuck with me.
Hey, Joel talks about that. We're having dreams and visions because the Spirit of the Lord is getting heavier every day on the earth for the few. It's not for everybody. It's never a lot of people that make a change. It's always a few. All the Most High needs a few good men. Once we get our shit together, Lord willing, be the elect, then our women gonna come and our children gonna come and our nation is gonna be rebuilt back. Go ahead.
It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
The Lord be building the tabernacle of David that is fallen, bringing back the tribes. No more Bloods and Crips fighting with the Mexicans. No more Trinitarios fighting with the Muslims. You got a war happening. The Trinitarios and the Muslims in the prison systems. The Norteños and the Mara Salvatruchas fighting with the... Nah, man, the Most High is going to bring the tribes together. Why do you think Esau got the warriors locked up in prisons and in jail, man? That's all that warrior spirit. But we take that energy and we use it to destroy each other. We're supposed to use that energy, that rah-rah spirit, in righteousness, man, for the Lord. Because we once was like that. When we was together, we was fucking up these other heathen nations. You got to read the Bible. Fuck that faggot church spirit. You got to really read the Bible, what we was doing. David chopped, one of our favorite stories, he chopped the Goliath's head off and took his head with him. That was one of our signature moves. You know our wrestling got a signature move? Got a tombstone. Fatality. Mortal Kombat fatality. He cut his head off. Judith too. Bing! With a nail. Bing! 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 And chopped the head off.
I remember that.
That's why this devil, go ahead, mom, you got it. Hey man, tell you something. You go destroy people have some type of respect.
Revised March 2018.
Yeah, come on. Hey, man, we recording Sunday, give it to somebody. Go ahead, come on.
Yeah, bro.
Come on.
You want the scene or Joel?
Give me Joel, please.
To Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Go ahead.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
The Spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. That's why we got to come out here and do what we do. The whole world sees us. Oh, these guys is crazy. But guess what? This pleases the Lord. We can't help but come out here. The Lord puts a spirit in us. He puts a fire in us to come out here and do this. And we love doing this, man.
They say y'all crazy. They basically slapping God in the face saying he's crazy.
They know we not crazy. They know we got the truth. You know how you know, brother?
They want to make it seem like we are.
They want to seem like we are. Of course, that's what they do. Demonize it. We're crazy. We're bugged out. We're highly medicated. We are crazy to this world. In this world, what's normal is faggot and lesbians. Women over men. Transgender. Now pedophiles about to get right. That's normal? If that's normal, you know what? I'm bugged out and crazy. I'm on my goddamn mind. Then if that's normal.
Money in the roots all evil.
The love of money, yo. Oh, these motherfuckers love money too. They don't stop. They're trillionaires. They don't stop. Look what they're doing to them African nations. That's why Gaddafi was like, man, we don't, fuck that. I'm bringing the golden hour. We don't want the currency. Iran just dropped the US dollar. So then you fucking with their money, which they're the original Chicago gangsters. It wasn't Italian, Sicilians. These motherfuckers, Jewish people.
You heard about the NRA? They're suing Florida for gun control.
Yeah, gun control.
What the fuck is that?
And all these shootings in Miami, that's all set up.
They only care about making money off of guns than saving people's lives.
Yeah.
Because that's all right. God got something for that.
That's right. He got something for that
ass. God got something for that. Oh, you love the gun?
He got the ultimate bullet.
You love me? Ooh.
He got the ultimate bullet. The Most High got the ultimate hollow tip bullet. You know what it is? Guess.
You said the Most High?
He got a Gatling gun with hollow tip bullets. Guess what that bullet is?
What the bullet is? Jesus.
Yeah? But what Jesus gonna shoot? What's Yahweh Shai gonna shoot? What is he gonna shoot?
What is he gonna shoot?
The bullets. Doesn't it look like a bullet?
Yeah.
And he got the angel strap with a Tommy gun, ready to shoot and load. People got a whole thing wrong about God. They think God's all love and love. Yes, he's about love, but now he's angry. It's time for love. It's a time for hate. Go ahead.
Right.
Joel 2:28, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. You have dreams, visionaries. We have dreams ourselves. We done seen this before. We seen it in our past lives. There's no new thing under the sun. There were devils before. Then they came back born today, little red devil babies, Edomite babies, grow up to be big devils doing what they do. They can't help but be wicked. The Most High created them to be evil. You have good, you have evil, you have up and down, you got cold and hot. You have the good guys, you got the bad guys. These are the bad guys. And they're gonna get brought down. But people don't understand how, do you believe in the celestial? Because when we talk about how they're gonna get brought down, it sounds spooky to people. Because the television is told to tell lie to your vision, tell eye to your third eye. Oh, aliens invasion, that's just fantasy. And if the aliens do come, they're big-headed green aliens with big heads. No, they're big, angry black men coming to kick your fucking ass.
Right.
That's what they're coming to do. Angry black men. And that's what the whole world's scared of.
Make sure the whole world sees it.
That's right, brother. Most I bless you. Hey, brother, you be one of the elect. You be a prophet. You have the dreams and all that. Stay in the spirit. I can tell you.
Daniel.
Hey, hey. That's a prophet.
I was a prophet when I came out of my mother's womb.
That's right. That's right,
That's
brother.
what people need to know.
That's right, brother.
I need to know that this ain't all about y'all. It ain't all about money. It ain't all about what you got, how much you got, how pretty your girl is. It's about what's here.
Your mind,
If it wasn't for that, none of y'all would be here today.
Right.
Y'all better get it right.
Right.
Because if you don't get it right, you're gonna fry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. That's hallelujah.
That's right.
Come on, brother. Be good. Hey, that's bad, yo.
Hey, bless you too, man. Most I bless you, brother.
You made my day, brother. You made my day. Yeah, X-Clan. Yeah, the X-Clan. I love it. The X-Clan.
I too, bro.
Yeah, the hip-hop, we talk about that too in the car. They got some dude named Steve Grant that we even listen to. He be talking about Illuminati, like hip-hop shit. Like, that's the shit we listen to. Not that faggot shit. We listen to that, you know, shit that's in the spirit. Peace in the spirit.
I had a precept for you. Yeah, I mentioned about how the house of David is killing and destroying these Edomites. 1 Kings 11, verse 15. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was going up to bury the slain after he had smitten every male in Edom.
Every male in Edom.
For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel until he had cut off every male in Edom.
So they camped out and they killed shit. And notice it doesn't say about the females. Yep. It just says the male, because the male carry the seed. Once you eliminate the seed, he actually tried to exterminate them. He tried to put
Yeah, I already got that.
He tried to put them away, exterminate that line. Whoa, what's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Yeah. What's up, huh? What's going on? Is everything chilling? Everything good? That's my brother, man. I used to work with him.
He came by before. I remember. Yeah. What's going on? Big homie?
That's Ephraim right there. That's a warrior right there, for real, too. Hey, man, we about to get busy soon, man. Yeah. Tribes of Israel, man. You see what Trump did with Puerto Rico? He cut off the female age. All that shit's building up. You see with North Korea, Iran, and all this shit. Give me what, we got it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, go on.
I got the one about Satan.
Oh, give me too when Ben and I stabbed that goddamn Hamite, the Egyptian, with a spear. It did Samuel, I think, verse 26. Yo, 22, yeah. Hold it? Yeah, hold it.
We'll talk to you.
Yo,
all right, be safe, brother.
We are there, brother. Be good. You too, man. God bless you. Yeah, that brother's
Hold it, the button, if the light.
I want to get super. You gotta keep reading like this, brother.
Yeah, it's charging now. Should be.
Yeah,
it's charging, yeah.
First Kings, chapter 11, verse 16. Says, for 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel until he had cut off every male in Edom.
Cut off every male in Edom. Go ahead.
That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him to go into Egypt.
Now, when you read that type of history, you know why you gotta really, people read the Bible like it's a fantasy book, but when you get the understanding, you understand why they hate us so much. That's why they enslaved us the way they did, because they knew of this history right here. They knew.
That's why they had to cover up their identity.
That's why they had to cover up their identity. They had to say they're white and all this bullshit and do the white iconoclasm and the white do Christianity. They had to do that to cover up the history. And they had the records. They knew what we did to them. We're reading it right now. David tried to exterminate them. David hated these devils with a passion. Go ahead.
says, I think that was it on that.
Yeah, keep going.
And then arose out of Midian and came to Paran, and they took men with them out of Paran, and they came to Egypt until Pharaoh, king of Egypt, which gave him a house and appointed him victuals and gave him land.
So there was so much killing going on, he actually fled and left and went refugee, became a refugee. Go ahead.
And Hadad found great favor in the sight of Pharaoh.
Which Hadad could be one of these motherfuckers, man. Yeah. One of these heads. Go ahead.
And Hadad found great favor in the sight of Pharaoh, so that he gave him to wife the sister of his own wife, the sister of Taphanes, the queen. And the sister of Taphanes bare him Genubath, his son, whom Taphanes weaned in Pharaoh's house. And Genubath was in Pharaoh's household among the sons of Pharaoh. And when Hadad heard in Egypt that David slept with his fathers, and that Joab, the captain of the host, was dead, Hadad said to Pharaoh, let me depart, that I may go into my own country.
Yo, get that car. It says Spirit and Silver. That's how the chariot. See how the lights on top? And he was last got a crown in the front too. He got a crown on the dashboard. Oh shit. He got a crown on the dashboard. And he got the Levi sign with the Benjamin music blasting. It's Silver. Spirit. Parked right in front of us, man. Hey, that's spiritual. Hey, the chariots is gold and silver. And Levi was getting busy on these doubles. And Benjamin. Go ahead. Shabba ranks. Which, that's how you know that reggae really started from Benjamin. It didn't start from Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans wanted, oh, we started with, no, you didn't. You got that from Enhenad, who was Panamanian, who was really, he wasn't Zebulon, he was really Benjamin. You got a lot of Benjamin out there in Zebulon, mingled in. And then Vico C took the reggaeton. That's how you know the music's the same too. Even with the bachata. Anthony Santos, he plays the bass, he plays the guitar. He gets that from the blues, man. From the jazz and blues performance, man. Nat King Cole. Go ahead. That's how you know the tribes are the same, man. Like the tribe, we are the Israelites, man. We are the Israelites. It's just common sense. But a lot of common sense ain't common to people, man. They don't care about this. They don't care. We never seen a race of people that just don't care about their nationality. Arabs, right? They care about the Greeks, even the white man, the Greeks and the Romans and the Greeks, and everybody cares about their heritage and stuff. But when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, forget about it. Forget it. I don't care about that. Why do you care about that? You don't care what your ancestors go back to. You don't care about your heritage. You don't care what your original language was. You don't care what power you prayed to. You don't care about the history of your ancestors, your forefathers. That was you clap for Michael Jordan in that movie Black Panther. That's what Black Panther was talking about. Liberation for the people, freedom for the people. And that's what we're talking about. But the only way we're gonna get that is freeing our minds and going back to who we are, who we really are, and go back to the foundations of that. And that's how we're gonna build back up. People, man. The zombie shit is it's just incredible. Like the zombie shit, this shit is scary. These people are freaking freaky. Like we're talking right now, they're dead. Like you're like, look at, yo man, you an Israelite, man. You a king. The kingdom's coming for you. We're gonna get liberated. We're gonna get freedom. We're gonna have abundance of everything. No, they don't want to hear it.
They want to hear Wakanda forever.
They want to hear Wakanda. They dress up for Wakanda. They go all out for Wakanda. It's a comic book character. Wakanda don't even exist. It's fake. We gotta go back to Wakanda. Yeah, Wakanda's gonna be the concentration camps. And then those lips and shit you saw in the movie, they're gonna put them lips in your mouth. Them camps are gonna be torturing people, man. And as a brother just did an article too, they just ordered some guillotines, man. They're gonna chop people's heads off, clean off. That's what they're gonna nice clean chop off in the guillotine in the concentration camps. We got camps pictures, we got guillotine pictures. We gotta get some of them beautiful pictures, man.
Costco is selling about 6,000 doomsday packages, man.
6,000 doomsday packages? Yo, come on.
I got a quick precept. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. The man, going back to talking about people are dead. The man that wandereth out of the way of the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
That's right. Oh, congregation of the dead. Congregation of the dead. Being zombies, man. Not knowing what the hell's going on. This is like braid to cockroaches. They tell them to they running shit. We told you, we warned you about the enemy, what they about to do to you. Now it's on you. Go ahead.
God. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
That's right, that's the spirit. I will forget thy children. That's why people got to repent and get themselves right, man. Judgment's at hand. The news is right in your face. Kim Jong-un getting ready to bomb this place up, man. Go ahead.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
And that's a shame, man. Look, upside down. Yeah. That's beautiful. That girl that just said that, oh, they got dresses on, just like women. She's gonna get a fucking hair ripped out of her head. And all these people that's talking smash, that's why the Lord's having his word get out, and people get marked. And we have photogenic memory. Like, I remember people's faces. The Lord gave us a gift. I can see your face once, and I remember your face. And I know why the Lord does that. So when the judgment comes, we're gonna laugh at you, man. Proverbs 1st chapter. They're gonna laugh at a calamity. We're gonna laugh at you. How's the Lord gonna laugh? You gonna see him laughing? In a big throne, fiery throne, laughing at you? Giggling, laughing at you? No, through his servants on earth. That's how it works. His spirit is within us. That's why the spirit of prophecy is in us to come out here and teach to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But the majority of our people, you ain't listening. You worry about dumb, stupid shit. But guess what? The chariots are parked, man. That's an omen from the Lord. This car being parked right here is an omen from the Lord, man. It's an omen for the Lord. We talk about the priest. He got the Levi plates in the front, man. And he got the shiny lights and everything all around him. Well, that's right, man. The angels are protecting us. And them chariots, we're going to get beamed up in the chariots soon. And they're silver and gold, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth out. So like, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her...
Like flies in the light, go ahead.
In the openings of the gates, in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
How long will ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? Love dumb shit. You watch War Star Hip Hop, every time you put some dumb cool shit video, it gets 200,000 views, 20 million views. These videos are supposed to be getting 20 million views, 50 hundreds of million views, man. The word of the Lord is the top-notch thing, man. But people don't consider the word of the Lord. They don't have no respect for the word of the Lord. Go ahead.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
They delight in their scorning. Oh, you wearing dresses. You look crazy. You're bugged out. Go ahead.
And fools hate knowledge.
People hate knowledge. People hate knowledge. People hate wisdom, knowledge, understanding. But they like dumb stuff. They like simplicity. They like stupid stuff. When it comes to dumb coonery stuff, shalom, brother, shalom. Hey, that's right, man. Hey, the word is getting out. All right?
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Yeah, but who's going to catch the Holy Spirit? Who's really going to understand the Bible and what the Bible's saying? The true dark sayings of the Bible, right? The secrets. Does not the scripture say secrets are given to the servants and prophets? Who's going to get it? The elect. The awakened ones. The one that's sighing that cry. The one that sincerely hate this goddamn place, man. That's tired of this place. Those are the ones that's going to get enlightened. Those are the ones that the Most High is going to open up their third eye. It is not no goddamn wheatgrass or no goddamn decalcifying your peanut gland. This is the 100% Wi-Fi right here, man. You want to really open up that third eye in that peanut gland and really see visions and be on a high vibration, high frequency, you come back to the Lord, man. That's the only way. And then that's when that's the spiritual powers. Right. The supernatural power that's going to be seen in the physical is going to come to play, man. We at that time right now. We got the spiritual powers. They just got to act out in the physical world. This ain't nothing, man. This ain't nothing. Right? The miracle has been done already. You talk about the miracles. Weren't we sick? Weren't we dead? Weren't we dead following these different philosophies? Weren't we dead in this world? Sucked up in this stupid-ass world, the philosophies of this world? Go ahead.
Because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
I stretch out my hand. The Lord stretching out his hand. Go ahead.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel and will none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
So when the judgment finally comes to America, God is going to laugh for those that don't repent. Yes, he's going to laugh. God is going to laugh. He's going to have a big laugh too. And when the Most High laughs, it's not a little chuckle. It's going to be more destruction. It's going to be more heat. You put up money in this shit? Oh, right. Next time put money on it.
Verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
And the famine's coming. I've been having dreams about the famine. I've been having dreams about people starving to death. Starving to death. People don't know. You don't know how to start fires. You don't know how to hunt. Especially those in the city. Like in the city, it's gonna be a wrap. If shit was to pop off right now, what the fuck is gonna happen? They're gonna shut down the bridges. They're gonna shut down the highways. You stuck in Elizabeth. They're gonna shut down 1 and 9. Martial law. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go when they shut down the bridges, man? Where you gonna go when they shut down the tunnels? The trucks can't enter into the food markets, man. What are you gonna do? You're gonna start looking at each other like cheeseburgers. Y'all gonna start eating each other. Cannibalism. And that's when all the jokes is gonna stop. You're gonna be too worried about how to escape death to be making mockery of us. And see, we talk about how we got dresses on. That death is gonna be right in your shoulder too. And you know, death is a hell of a cure for wickedness. It's a hell of a cure. You can talk a lot of shit, but when that death comes to your shoulder, it changes your life. But a lot of you is gonna be too late. When that death comes and you see the fan like Venezuela, no, there's no videos on Venezuela no more. You got people walking around looking like mop sticks, man, broomsticks. And when that happens out here, that's when the bullshit's gonna stop. All the crap of this world, all this, I'm going to college for another 10 years, I'm gonna get this job here, I'm gonna get this house here, my 401k. All that's gonna go out the window and you're gonna lose your mind, you're gonna go berserk. And these are the people that don't repent, that's not part of like those are the people you want to stay away from when that time comes. Because they will fucking attack you. They might get so mad that you told them the truth before and attack you. They're gonna have something. A lot of people gonna say, yeah, you're right, you was right, man, you was right. And others gonna be like, they're gonna want to attack, they'll be so angry. You was talking about, yeah, they're gonna want to blame somebody. When people get in car accidents, what the first thing they do, they got the car and they blame it. Even if the person hit you and you're innocent and you're the victim, they'll still come out and try to blame it on you. So people are gonna be pointing fingers, banging at each other, and they're gonna point guns at each other and blow each other's brains away. But it's gonna be vicious, it's gonna be savage, it's gonna be vicious. You can see it, man. But
then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Right, this is the time to search for the Lord now, before the evil days come, before that heavy-ass judgment comes. This is the time now. We're still in grace period, but the gates is about to close. It's about to be a shutdown, man. Go ahead.
I got a precept, I'll go back to it. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord Yahweh, and I will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
That's right, man. Repent. Repent. Get yourself right, man. Because all hell's about to break loose. That's what that means, to come back. Come back to the Lord. Stop the ways of this shit. You have the March. What's the holiday that's coming up now? St. Patrick's Day. Easter. Oh, Easter. That's straight up satanic. And remember last year what happened? There was a terrorist attack that day. The false flag. The dude started dumping on people. There was a Jake too, so-called, but they never heard about the Jake after that. All that shit be acting anyway. But there might be some shit. This is a month of war. This Roman March, God marches, is a heavy month for the Illuminati. For the Rothschilds, especially the 22nd. You had the Belgium attacks, the Brussels attacks, all the way to April 1st. False flags attacks, because the government don't care about our people. Trump tells you that every day. Trump is a reminder, man. Trump is he's saying shit here and there, but he's not showing his fucking horns yet.
He moved up the date for the Infinity War.
Fully showing his horns.
To April 27th.
Oh, yeah?
Up to April 27th, and that's the week of...
the fire is Sunday. Yeah. The day of Beltane is May 1st.
Yeah, but that whole week...
But that 13th day?
Yeah.
See? So that's how they fucking... Yeah. Because it was supposed to be May 5th.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
So they brought it out that week because 13 days going into April 1st is a fire and sun sacrifice. It's a sacrifice it's a fire sacrifice it requires, like a prophet of Baal type thing. That's why the Oklahoma City bombing happened at that time. The Waco happened at that time. When you look it up, a lot of bombings happened around that time. And around this month too. The Archibald, last year they sent it to Italy, the 25th. The Belgium attacks, the Brussels attack was the 22nd. 322, Skull and Bones. This is serious stuff we're talking about. They have councils. And they conjure up Satan, demons, spiritual demon Satan, and Satan tells them what to do. All right, boom, you gotta do this attack, do that attack. now you have all these shootings trying to take away the guns. And too many Americans are armed, and they know it's going to be an armed revolution. All they got to do is starve you out. All they got to do is just starve you out and have you pleading and crying for the camps. Good.
We got a veterans home. We got veterans home in California just yesterday. Yeah, it was a hostage situation. The guy killed 3
oh, yeah?
people, and he killed himself. I think it was in the veterans home, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Youngville or something like that.
In Cali.
Oh, that's the spirit. Got a veteran hat on.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that's the spirit. It's the spirit of the Lord. War. We just saw that's the spirit of war. Wow, that's the spirit of the Lord. So crazy how about you outside. The spirit of war's in the air, man.
This is
as you said that, he had the hat on. That's the Lord saying, boom. Yeah, war is in the mind. War is here.
That was a Vietnam war.
And he's
America
a Vietnam
lost
war.
that shit. America got fucked up in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, the Vietnam War. Them vets got messed up, man. The way they treat those Vietnam vets, man. These people out here messed up. They came back from that war. And then people was calling them baby killers and shit, man. That's what Rambo came back to. Rambo was blacking on his sergeant. He was telling him that. He said, back then, I was driving $10 million tanks. Now I come back, I can't even get myself a fucking $8 dishwashing job.
What? No, this is Lamentations chapter 4 verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Whoa, slain with hunger, famine. Go ahead.
But these
give me the Book of Kings too, the famine, I eat my child today, we eat yours tomorrow.
God.
Eat your child today and my child tomorrow. That's sick, man. Go ahead.
It says, for these find a way stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. But basically, what was that verse? I'm reading it again. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. Going back to what the brother was saying, man. When you slain with the sword, that's quick. All right, boom, maybe it's a gun, boom, you shoot your brains out, whatever. When you're slain with hunger, you know you're hungry, you know there's no other way, and you're dying a slow, painful death because your body's eating itself, man. All right, it gets to the point where you can't stand straight because your stomach keeps on shrinking. All right, you start feeling weak, lightheaded, and you die a slow, painful death, man.
That's a horrible death.
Colin, that is a horrible death,
and get set on fire. Those are 2 horrible deaths.
Yeah, and it's you can't do anything about it. What are you gonna do about it, man? Like, it's that extreme that you have people who actually eat their own arms, eat your own child,
eat a belt, eat a belt.
They say that in America specifically, people
don't go more than 4 hours without eating some type of put something in their mouth.
When they sacked Jerusalem, that's what they were starting to do. Yep. They were starting to eat their belts. Eating the coins. Motherfuckers be eating fried pennies. Yep. Eating pennies. If they can find some heat, if not, they're just gonna swallow the goddamn thing. Probably drop dead.
Done. And you know these women like to eat a lot too. You know?
Yeah, 2 Kings 6 verse 24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria.
Besieged, and that happened, man. When General Titus and Vespasian, when they sacked Jerusalem, it was like I think 3-4 days that they built the wall to stop anything importing and coming in. And it was a wall that they built. And it's heavy. Trump wants to build a wall. I mean, look at him.
And he's doing the import and export.
And he's doing the import and exporting. So that's what the government's going to do. The government's going to stop. There's going to be a shutdown. Ain't going to be no trucks delivering food. Ain't going to be no trucks delivering food to supermarkets. So what are people going to do?
Like 3 days worth of food in the supermarket.
3 days worth of food in the supermarket. And last year, remember, they had that glitch in the EBT cards.
Oh, yeah.
And people was blacking out. And the next day, they had the show Walking Dead that came out.
Yeah.
Walking Dead came out the next day. That was a sick joke from the elites, man. Yep. Good.
It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it.
Ain't gonna be no cigarettes to smoke. Not gonna be no diabetes medications. No, none of that. No sugar. And you know when you get withdrawals if you don't drink no coffee.
Yep.
You get cigarette withdrawals.
Yep.
You don't take your medications, you die. And Americans are highly medicated.
Yep.
But the government's gonna shut that down. And have the people go chaotic with each other and kill each other. And then they're gonna do the new. Then they're gonna bring in the martial law.
What Trump did with the food stamps now, he's repackaging.
Oh, he's cutting off the food stamps. Yeah, he's putting it in boxes.
Yeah.
And that's pissing people off.
Yep.
A lot of Jakes, they don't like certain things.
Esau on that shit more than Jakes.
Yeah, white people are more on welfare and food stamps than so-called black people. Yep. That's just the media BS. That's FBI statistics. It's true. And they always talk about, we always drug addicts and all that, but guess what?
That big hair on thing in the Midwest, that's crackers overdosing on drugs, man. With holding their baby's hand, overdosing.